The Pacific Ring of Fire is home to some of the world's most active volcanoes, and it is also responsible for about 75% of all volcanic activity on our planet. But what if we told you that there is another ring of fire hidden beneath the waves? That's right. Beneath the ocean, an even more dangerous ring of fire is forming. And scientists are now saying that it could be due to an enormous, previously unknown underwater volcano that dwarfs anything we have ever seen before. So today, let's find out more about this new underwater volcano. What do we know so far? Is it really as big as they say? And will it erupt anytime soon? Let's get started. It's hard to believe, but underneath the surface of our oceans, there's a lot going on. Just like on land, there are mountains, valleys, rivers, and yes, even volcanoes. In fact, volcanoes are one of the most dramatic examples of what can happen when tectonic plates collide. The Pacific Ring of Fire is a horseshoe-shaped belt around the Pacific Ocean where many of Earth's volcanoes and earthquakes occur. It's an area with high volcanic and seismic activity, and that's because three major tectonic plates, the Pacific, North American, and Eurasian plates, meet here. These plates are constantly moving, and they interact in complex ways that cause earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. For example, the Pacific Plate is moving towards the North American Plate along the San Andreas Fault, and because it's getting pushed up against, the pressure is causing the land to bend and buckle, which can cause earthquakes. Similarly, the Pacific Plate is also subducting or sliding underneath the Eurasian Plate in places like Japan and Indonesia. As the Pacific Plate descends into the Earth's mantle, the pressure and temperature increase dramatically. This causes the rocks to melt and form magma, which then makes its way to the surface and creates volcanoes. But while the Ring of Fire is well known for its above-water volcanoes, what is not as well known are the ones hidden below the ocean. You see, the Ring of Fire is actually a bit of a misnomer. It isn't actually a ring of fire at all. Instead, it's a region with a lot of seismic and volcanic activity. A lot of these volcanoes are actually underwater, and that's why it is sometimes referred to as the Circum-Pacific Belt or the Circum-Pacific Volcanic Belt. In fact, it's estimated that nearly 75% of all volcanoes on Earth are located in the Pacific Ring of Fire. Most of these are found in island arcs and continental island chains, such as Japan, the Philippines, Indonesia, the Mariana Islands, and the Eurasian Islands. Some of the most famous and active volcanoes in the world are part of the Pacific Ring of Fire, including Mount St. Helens, Mount Vesuvius, and Mount Fuji. However, there are many other volcanoes in the Pacific Ring of Fire that are much larger and more powerful than these. For example, Mauna Loa in Hawaii is one of the largest volcanoes on Earth, and it is considered to be an active shield volcano. It has had several major eruptions in the past few centuries, and it is expected to erupt again in the future. Another example is Mount Pinatubo in the Philippines. It is the country's highest peak, and it is also one of the most dangerous volcanoes in the world. In 1991, Mount Pinatubo erupted, and it was the second largest volcanic eruption of the 20th century. It caused widespread devastation and loss of life in the surrounding areas. Despite the danger posed by these volcanoes, they are still popular tourist destinations. People from all over the world come to see them and learn about their history. However, it's important to remember that volcanoes are unpredictable, and they can erupt without warning. That's why it's important to be prepared and follow the advice of local authorities in case of an eruption. But now, let's talk about a new discovery that has shocked scientists and experts worldwide. Scientists have recently discovered a new volcano in the Pacific Ocean that they are struggling to explain. They named it the Mammoth. And the reason for that name is that this underwater volcano is just too big to be true. Discovered near the Kermadec Islands, the Mammoth is an underwater volcano that is nearly twice the size of the island of Great Britain. The volcano is located in the southern part of the Pacific Ring of Fire, an area that is known for its intense volcanic and seismic activity. Prior to this discovery, scientists had no idea that such a large volcano existed in this area. In fact, they are still trying to determine how it formed and why it is so massive. The scientists used high-resolution bathymetric data to map the volcano, and they found that it rises almost 2,000 meters or 6,500 feet from the ocean floor and reaches a height of over 3,400 meters or 11,000 feet above sea level. That's taller than Mount Everest. The summit of the volcano is still more than 300 meters or 980 feet below the surface of the water. What's even more amazing is that the Mammoth is a relatively young volcano. It is estimated to have formed only 100,000 years ago, which is very recent in geological terms. The volcano is located in a remote area of the ocean, and it was only discovered recently due to advances in mapping technology. The discovery of the Mammoth has shocked scientists because it is so massive that it should have been detected long ago. It's possible that the volcano was covered by ice or sediment in the past, which would explain why it was not discovered until now. Scientists are still trying to learn more about the Mammoth, but they believe that it may contain valuable resources such as minerals and energy. The volcano could also provide insights into the formation of other volcanoes and the history of the Pacific Ring of Fire. Despite its remote location, the Mammoth is a significant discovery that is sure to make headlines in the scientific community for years to come. But while the discovery of the Mammoth has been exciting for scientists, it has also raised concerns about the potential for volcanic activity in the area. As we mentioned earlier, the Pacific Ring of Fire is a highly active area for volcanoes and earthquakes, and the Mammoth is no exception. In fact, scientists believe that the Mammoth is an active volcano, and it could erupt at any time. Volcanic eruptions can cause widespread damage and destruction, and it's important to be prepared in case of an eruption. Fortunately, the Mammoth is located in a very remote area of the ocean, and it poses no direct threat to human populations. However, it's still important to monitor the volcano closely and take precautions in case of an eruption. Scientists are using a variety of methods to monitor the Mammoth, including satellite imaging and underwater sensors. These methods allow scientists to track any changes in the volcano's activity and provide early warning of an eruption. If an eruption does occur, there are a number of steps that can be taken to minimize the damage. Evacuations and other emergency measures can be put in place to protect any nearby ships or aircraft. Additionally, the international community can work together to provide assistance to any affected areas. It's important to remember that volcanic eruptions are natural disasters that cannot be predicted with 100% accuracy. However, with proper monitoring and planning, the impact of an eruption can be minimized. So rest assured, while the discovery of the Mammoth has raised concerns about volcanic activity in the area, scientists are closely monitoring the volcano and taking the necessary precautions to ensure the safety of those in the surrounding areas. So, what do you think of this new discovery? Do you think we are ready for such an enormous volcano to erupt? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.